Exciting news is coming your way as a legendary rivalry is reignited. Chael Sonnen and Anderson Silva are stepping back into the spotlight, not in the octagon this time, but in the boxing ring. That's right, mark your calendars for June 15th because São Paulo, Brazil is set to host this historic encounter. First up, let's talk about the venue and the match details. This isn't just any fight, it's a professional boxing match that will consist of 5 two-minute rounds, contested at 216 pounds. Now, what makes this matchup so intriguing? Not only are these two fierce competitors former UFC Hall of Famers, but this bout will also mark Anderson Silva's final fight in his home country. Silva, the former UFC middleweight champion, switched to boxing after retiring from mixed martial arts in 2020. He's had quite the journey, defeating former WBC middleweight champion Cesar Chavez Jr. and knocking out Tito Ortiz before facing a setback against Jake Paul last October. On the other side, we have Chael Sonnen making his professional boxing debut. Despite being away from active competition, Sonnen's competitive spirit is as fiery as ever. Their history in UFC, where Silva won both encounters, adds an extra layer of intensity to this bout. Their first fight at UFC 117 is even set for induction into the UFC Hall of Fame this July. Sonnen shared on good guy, bad guy that Silva offered to fight under MMA rules, but he chose boxing.
I got this thing coming up with Jorge Masvidal. I mean, here, if we're just letting all the secrets out, I got this thing coming up with Jorge Masvidal in October of this year. And that thing's been coming up ever since ESPN sequestered me in Miami at 299 to try to protect me from Jorge Masvidal. Like, there was nothing that really hurt my ego more than me being the one that was being locked down, and I only share that with you as I've known this Masvidal thing was coming, and then when do you let the cat out of the bag? Then the Masvidal versus Diaz, I don't want to step on Diaz's toes, and he's got that fight, but allegedly they moved that fight from June 1st until somewhere closer to the Paul Tyson fight, and I'm only sharing with you, I got George in my sights, and Anderson, as badly as I want to beat him, and as much as I am going to go out there and beat him, it's all a step in the process, because when I get there with Masvidal, it's going to be 8 rounds, and they are going to have the 10 or the 12-ounce gloves. It's going to be a little bit different situation.
This fight is more than just a bout. It's a culmination of rivalries and future ambitions. How will this chapter of their storied rivalry unfold? We'll find out on June 15th. Until then, stay tuned for more updates and analysis right here. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any action.